Academic and College Planning for High School, Part 1, Transition. I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about the transition from middle school to high school and all that entails for your student and for you. As we begin, I wanted to start with what does national research say about the transition from middle school to high school? 1. Almost all students experience drops in grades and attendance in ninth grade. There also is a tendency to shift from focusing on teaching and nurturing the whole child to focusing on just instruction. The environment becomes more and more socially comparative and competitive. There's increased disengagement and declining motivation. And students' experiences in their first year of high school often determine their success throughout high school and beyond. So if this is what the research says, how can we help our students buck those trends? Factors that can help in this process. 1 is that a student would have strong time management. They would have effective study skills, strategies for achieving a balanced academic and social life, healthy strategies for coping with problems, strong academic behaviors and attitudes, accurate expectations about high school and what is needed to succeed there. Those are some of the pieces that you as parents and us as a counseling and academic advisement department can partner alongside with your student to help teach them what are those ways to have strong time management, what are effective skills, study skills that they may need more in high school than what they needed maybe at the middle school level. As parents, how can you help in this transition? First and foremost, stay engaged. Stay engaged in their academics and stay engaged in their social aspect. With the academics, many times I see parents go, well, they're now in high school. I'm going to let them have complete control and I'm not going to be checking around web too much. And I'm not advocating that you check it every day. I'm advocating that you continue to check it every couple of weeks until they establish that they are keeping up with what they need to keep up with. As well, when it comes to socially, know your students' friends. Know who they're hanging out with, especially when it comes to sophomore, junior year as the students are driving. Those are key times where, yes, they need to have independence, and yes, you want to extend trust to your student. But there is that part you want to know who they're hanging out with and just who their friends are so that you can help guide to help create healthy friendships and healthy relationships. As well, teach them to do and not do for them. Teach your student to be an advocate for themselves. Teach them how to properly talk to an adult and approach an adult. I know that can be really intimidating, especially for ninth graders, to be able to go to the teacher and maybe express some concerns about a homework assignment or a test. Walk them through that process. Don't always just do the communicating for them. If that even means you go along the meeting with them, but you allow the student to lead out in the communication and step in when you need to, but teach them to advocate for themselves. The next encouragement that I would give to you as your student transitions is to continue to help them set healthy boundaries. As they are growing and maturing, yes, you want to give them more responsibility and more trust, but sometimes they still need help in even knowing when do they need to have their cell phone and when do they not need to have their cell phone. You know, does it need to be stay in their bedroom with them, not in their bedroom? Is that keeping them from sleeping and staying healthy in that way? Setting healthy boundaries in the time that they're spending on academics versus athletics versus other extracurriculars or social aspects, but also finding that good balance. And so that is a key part as a parent to kind of continue to help them set those healthy boundaries that they might not set for themselves. The fourth one listed here is being your students' biggest cheerleaders. And I know many of you already do a great job of this and just want to encourage you to keep encouraging them. You know their strengths, their weaknesses, their passions much better than what we will ever know. And so to be able to really speak into that and encourage them and be their cheerleader and knowing when they need to be pushed a little bit to do well in everything that they are called to do. Lastly, stay informed and educated. That comes into being involved in parent meetings, being involved when we have parent-teacher conferences, staying informed and educated by listening to videos like these, as well as reading up and making sure you're staying up with the Eagles Pride and other information that we might put out as an office. In closing, I wanted to review over how SEA has developed their academic counseling department, which really I think enables us to best help meet your transition needs and your students' transition needs. First of all, we have Mrs. Jones who does the counseling aspect, so anything from crisis counseling to counseling referrals to helping students who might have some learning hindrances or disabilities. Secondly, we have our academic advisor, Mrs. Faustin, who will be doing all the student schedules, monitoring graduation requirements, academic eligibility, and probation. Lastly is my role as college and career advisor, helping students really discover their passions, career exploration, college exploration, selection, college testing, and college application process. Again, we feel like all three of us together can really help meet and create a cohesive unit that can meet the needs of all of our students. Lastly, I want to reiterate the fact that we want to be here for your student. We want to see them successful, and please let us know in any way possible that we can help support your student as well as you as they transition from middle school to high school. Thank you.